Welcome to the MCQ series part 9. So first question is, a cubical piece of wood was filled to make it into a large possible sphere. What fraction of the original volume was removed? It is asked in NET December 2014. So let's start what the question is saying. We have a cube and we are removing some volume of this cube to make a large as we can, a large sphere. So how much fraction of the volume of this cube is removed to make that sphere? So let us assume that side of this cube is A. So the original volume of cube is AQ. Okay, this is the original volume of cube. And if we imagine a sphere within this cube, we will find that the diameter of that sphere will be the side of this cube. The sphere will be something like this. Just imagine it in the whole cube. So diameter of the sphere will be the side of cube. So diameter is A, and hence the radius of that sphere will be your A by 2. If radius is A by 2, then the volume of sphere will be 4 by 3 pi r cube, and here r is A by 2. So here it is A cube divided by 2 cube. Now after solving this, what we will get? We will get equation something like this. AQ is common in both terms, and we will find inside this value, and finally this, after calculating, finally we will get AQ into 1 upon 2.1. So if you will see that 1 divided by 2.1 is less than 1 by 2. So actually we are removing the area that is almost less, a little bit less than 1 by 2 to make the perfect sphere. So here option number 3 will be your right answer. Now the second question is, given below is a list of ocean basins at various stages of evolution. Match them with their correct examples. So here I have already discussed a question of that belongs to the evolution of basins, but here the question is asked in NET December 2014, and there are some stages given in this question, and the examples of the oceans are also given, oceans and different seas. So what happens is that, okay, young is your Red Sea, mature is your Atlantic Sea, declining is your Pacific Sea, and terminal is your Mediterranean Sea. So hence here option number 3 will be your right answer, that A belongs to 4th, B belongs to 3rd, C belongs to 2, and D belongs to 1. In the previous question in this series, I have talked there are 6 stages of oceans, that are embryonic stage, and then youth stage, adolescence, and matured, old, and finally death stage. So the different stages are proposed by different pupils. So don't confuse with that these 6 stages with these 4. So here we are assuming that they are relative positions. So in relation, Red Sea is younger than Atlantic Sea, and then older is Pacific, then much older is Mediterranean Sea, and hence there are the young stage is previous of mature, then we find declining, then we find terminal. So these are the relative conditions. Okay, so here C is your correct answer. Let's move towards the third question is, albedo of Earth's surface increases during the increase of volcanic activity, expansion of ice sheet, increase in the solar radiation, and the sea level rise. So increase in the ice sheet will definitely increase the albedo. Albedo is nothing but the amount of reflected insolation. So as you know that ice has a very much significant amount of reflected insolation, and it reflects almost 90% or around 90% of the total incoming solar radiation. So with the expansion of ice sheet, we are increasing the albedo of Earth's surface. So here second option is your right answer. Now the fourth question is, which is the lowermost layer of a lake? As you know that oceans have different layers like photic layer, aphotic layer, and we also have a thermocline layer. So in the lakes there are also different layers. So this is the picture of a lake. Here you can see that there are three layers. One is the uppermost layer like this, and there is a lowermost layer, and between these there are another layer. So epilimnion is your uppermost layer, then we have metalimnion, that is middle layer, and hypomelion is the lowermost layer. So your third option is your right answer, that is the hypomelion. One more thing is to notice is that in the thermocline, in the lakes, we have thermocline in the metalimnion layer. So as far as the lakes are concerned, the thermocline layer is found in the metalimnion zone. And the fifth question is, a fracture is formed at which angle to the axial plane of fold? You all know that the answer is 0, but I want to say another thing, that this is the fold and you have the axial plane with parallel to the fracture. So sometimes the question is asked that you will give area of this part of the fold, and they ask what is the fold type का क्या है, either it is your reclined fold, anticline, syncline, or whatever is this. So we have the fold plane and we have these foliations, or rather we can say a fracture. So we will make a plane, that is axial plane, and we will move these layers something like this, and this plane will be parallel to that of these fractures. Okay, so this question has many times asked that you will give the certain area and find out the type of fold. So here answer is 1. It's all about for today. Thank you.